Morning everybody, and welcome to a new video. My name is Carla if you've never seen me before, and I make videos about how I show up for myself in hopes of inspiring you to do the same. Today's video is going to be a what I eat in a weekend when I am eating less. So when I'm eating similar to what I did to lose 183 pounds. This weekend, every couple of weeks, I will do a reset. I will just kind of, bring myself back to my fundamentals of making myself feel good. Sorry, we have a plant in the way. We're filming where we can at the moment. And this weekend is going to be just showing you how I would approach a weekend. As Jared from Body Slims, which is the program that I did to lose 183 pounds, is one of the things that I did. It's not the only thing, but one of the things that I did. Jared, who runs the program, always says that your weekend could either be your weekend or your weekend. So it could be the ending weekly, as in WEAK, on your week. Whereas I think a lot of us, for when we are losing weight, we have this kind of idea that we have to be, on it for 5 days and then 2 days off. And that's not how you lose weight. It's a commitment for a certain short, finite piece of time. I will leave links up here down below to much more details about my weight loss and things like that. But I just wanted to come on and introduce the video. You see me already go out for my walk this morning. And before I go for my walk, I always take my Simproof, currently I take my Simproof. It is a prebiotic that it has live cultures in it, and you drink it, and it's supposed to get to your gut still alive and help to improve. I do have some issues with my gut health, and this is my third round of Simproof, and I definitely find that it does have a benefit coming up towards the end of the round. I am going to try something different when I finish this. So as I said, it was 12 weeks round, and I am on week 9 at the moment, week 10 at the moment. So I'm going to try something else. I go out for my walk, and then when I've come back from my walk, I will have a coffee. I have one coffee every single morning to start off my day. It helps to regulate my ADHD. It's for caffeine purposes. It just really helps me. And I also take at the same time 2 Oars hydration tablets to try and get as much hydration into me as possible. I take vitamin C. I'm taking quercetin at the moment as well, which is supposedly very good for hay fever sufferers, which I am one, and quite significant. And I also take my vegan omegas and my vegan multivitamin. Just want to give a disclaimer here that I am not a professional nutritionist, dietitian, doctor, any of those things. This is just what I do. I am not telling you that this is what you should do, and you should always do your own research before taking anything, or taking the advice of some random person on the internet. I am just a random person on the internet, and this is just what I do. If there's something that might inspire you, maybe it might help to go and research afterwards. I ran out of space on my SD card there. It's always important that you go and you check with your professional, whatever it might be. So they're the things that I take, and I do that every single morning. I'm also working on this bad boy of water. Take a sip of water if you have some near you now. Hey sweetheart, you okay? You alright, buddy? It's just coming up to 10 o'clock now, and I have had one more cup of coffee. I use the Root Health almond milk, and I'm currently enjoying the Strandfield coffee. It wouldn't be my favorite. Bean inspired coffee roasters, McCabe's, they are more my jam. But yeah, so the plan for this afternoon is we are gonna have lunch. So I intermittent fast. I don't eat until 12 o'clock. I will have my 2 coffees, and if I want another coffee before, after this, I will switch to decaf. So I have to switch to decaf. There's just a fine line for me between perfectly caffeinated and anxiety. So 2 coffees seems to be where it lies. Going to have my water now. I'm just doing some work. It's a Saturday morning. I'm going to do a bit of work, put the little man down for a nap, and then we will have lunch, and then we're going out for the afternoon. I'm not going to bring you with me for all that kind of thing. I'm just going to try and focus purely on what I eat in the day. So without saying any more, I will talk to you when I put something else into my cup. Hi everyone, it is the afternoon now and we are making lunch and we are going to make an Asian salad. Vincent is helping me. Brannock is behind me somewhere watching Rapunzel. Basically what we're going to do is we have a bed of lettuce. So this is a mix of rocket and baby lettuce and things like that. And then we're also going to add in a little gem. In this bowl, 1 cucumber sliced and peeled with rice wine vinegar, salt and black onion seeds. And I'm just letting that kind of marinate together for a minute. I'm about to put a packet of this cauldron tofu onto the pan just to heat it up and sizzle it up a little bit. And then we're going to add in some extra veg and really bulk this up with a lot more vegetables, as we always do with our salads, and keep the dressing to probably just a bit more rice wine vinegar, some soy sauce, and that's pretty much it. And I'm going to use some of my favorite chili oil as well. Pepper between the two of us. No, it is a compliment that people get on our cooking and home stuff, is that it's nice to see a real kitchen, not a like a kitchen that actually looks like everybody else's kitchen, and not a kitchen that looks like nobody has ever cooked in it and that uses the oven for storage. Although we could use our oven for storage. Salad is bed of lettuces, a grated carrot, some shredded carrot, the cucumber salad. We've got some radish, some vegan feta, the cauldron tofu, and I am going to put some kimchi. This is turmeric kimchi. It's not the best, but it was cheap. And then some of the mala black garlic peanut rayu, because this stuff is delicious. And that's it. It's 6:15, we're home now. We had a couple of errands to run, and the only thing that I ate when I was out running errands, or the only thing I had, was a cup of coffee, oat milk and some sweetener. I forgot to show you earlier, but I did have 1 Millionaire Bounce ball when I was out, or after lunch. That was the only thing I've had since lunch, and I'm actually not that hungry today, which is very surprising because I'm quite tired. Skin looks great though. Sorry, it's totally besides the point. And we are making, on a Saturday night, we typically have some variation of the same dinner, which is my favorite dinner. Actually, I think it's my favorite dinner, it's Vincent's favorite dinner, it's definitely Brannock's favorite. And it is a spice bag. And if you have never heard of the spice bag before, it is basically it comes from the Chinese takeaway in Ireland, typically. It is and it comes literally in a bag, like a what's it called? Like a paper bag, so you can eat it on the go. It's chips, shredded crispy chicken, onions, garlic, chili, Chinese 5-spice and salt, and that's kind of the main ingredients in a spice bag. However, I don't eat chicken, and the calories in that are quite high, and so sorry, you're probably getting dizzy with me walking back and forth to the fridge. But hey Peta, you want to go out, sweetheart? But so we make ours with tofu, which I have been pressing since this afternoon. I'm gonna make chips in the air fryer, or fries, depending on what country you're in, and loads of garlic. Oh, and peppers and onion, because we like to also have some veg. Yeah, we'll do a red pepper and a yellow pepper. Tons of garlic, like tons of it. I have to clean finished. I have to clean the kitchen like straight away afterwards, otherwise it will stink. So I have made this before on a vlog, so I'm not gonna like do it in detail, but the main thing that I'm gonna do now is I am going to boil up the potatoes, cut them up for a few minutes, And then I'm going to put them into the air fryer with some spray oil, and then I'm going to do the tofu, and I might show you how to do the tofu. It's kind of how I do tofu all the time, but yeah. Right, and I'm using Mars Piper potatoes. Just for a little bit of substance before I cook, I am just going to have a banana because I need more energy. I'm tired rather than hungry, like lacking in food. Hi. What are you guys going to do? What? What? What?
I want to show you his...
Did you collect rice cakes and put them into your tumbler? You were a hamster in every way, my son. I have the potatoes boiling up. It's about 800 grams of potatoes boiling up. I have 2 blocks of tofu here. I'm going to cut them into cubes and then I'm going to season them. I don't have a tripod down here, but basically I have been pressing this tofu since this afternoon. So you take it out of the packet, whatever it is. This is firm tofu, by the way, in case anyone has ever, you know, never tried tofu before and is interested. The firm tofu, extra firm tofu, for me is the only one that I ever really use. I never need silken tofu. And you have to press it to get rid of the water. Now I know that a lot of people think that tofu is really boring, but I would kind of say that so is most meat without some kind of seasoning on it. So I've just basically cut these up into cubes. I have no idea what size that is, an inch, something like that. And I'm going to take some soy sauce. I need to get some soy sauce. It's about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, I think. And basically you want to wet the tofu. This is going to start seasoning it and it's going to soak up the saltiness of it. Spoon. Mixy, mixy, mixy. So you want all of your tofu to go from white to brown because it's been coated. So just stirring it as much as possible. I'm going to add a little bit extra because you want this to almost act as like a dredge, like you would if you were doing chicken or something like that. You know, you would go like eggs, flour or eggs, that kind of way. So we're kind of looking for the same type of dredge. So we want something for the thing that's going to make it crispy to stick to. Next I'm going in with Chinese 5-spice. You can buy this in any Asian supermarket. And I'm going in with about half a tablespoon to a tablespoon, covering that and just stirring it again. Keep mixing. So you want all of those to be covered. Don't be too worried if they get a little bit like broken up. It's not that important. And then we're going in with garlic granules. Now I don't use fresh garlic when I'm cooking the tofu in the air fryer because it will burn. Sorry, just checking on my son. So I do use the garlic granules, and I don't like garlic powder. I find the taste isn't as good for me. It's just personally not to my taste as much as garlic granules. So I use those. They're Aldi, Lidl, one or the other. Aldi. Then, oh sorry, I have an itchy nose. This hay fever season. I'm going in with a tiny bit of salt. Hey buddy. I'm going with a tiny bit of salt. And I'm mixing, and then I need a little bit more soy sauce because it is gone dry. And then what I use instead of breadcrumbs or something like that is nutritional yeast. And nutritional yeast will actually go a bit crispy in the air fryer, which is amazing. I keep everything in jars, so yeah, it's pretty good. Have enough there. Might mix again a little bit more soy sauce. You're just mixing as you go, wanting it to be kind of coated. You don't want them to be dry, but you don't want it to be wet either. A little bit more. This bad boy, and then we're going to spray it with some spray oil, get it into the air fryer, and bing bang bosh, you're good. So, sorry, it's in an orange thing as well, and it's really dark outside. Now, in this bowl, we've got some delicious flavour, so we're going to use that. We're going to spread out your tofu in the baking tray, or whatever you use. Spray it with some spray oil. actually need to mix this around. I normally spray the spray oil into the bowl. I forgot to do that. Spray, 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 spray. And then that's going in the air fryer for about half an hour. My potatoes are about to boil, so we don't want them to go over. We just want them to be boiled a little bit. You're just parboiling them to give them, like blanching them, to get them a bit floury on the outside. Potatoes are in, they have been parboiled, and I've just put a tea towel on top of them. That helps to absorb all the moisture in them, so they should get nice and crispy then when we put them into the air fryer. I'm going to pop them into this bowl that we used for the tofu, and I'm going to mix them with a tiny bit of salt and some spray oil. Then they're going into this and into the air fryer. While everything is cooking, I needed to do some stewed rhubarb, so I like to have stewed rhubarb in the fridge. I make it about once a week during the summer, and I have it on top of yogurt or with granola or just by itself, and it's really high in fiber and it's really delicious and it's full of nutrients. So I just thought I'd show you what I'm making. Before I do that, there is my onions and my peppers in there. We've got everything going in the air fryer. Probably need to do a mixy now in a minute. And then here is my rhubarb. So I've got 2 bunches of rhubarb, a crap ton of ginger, ground ginger. I've also put in a little bit of vanilla. I just basically washed this in the colander, and then when it was finished washing, I just didn't really drain it too much, just a little bit, and then put it in here. And I'm going to use some of the homespun chicory root syrup. I'm sure you guys have seen me talk about this a lot, so I'm going to put a big, like, dessert spoonful amount in here. Stick it on to the top and let it cook down while everything else is cooking. And that's just kind of, you know, stopping me from doing too much at once, or like having to come back and do it again. A big old heaped spoon of that, and then a little squeeze of lemon. Just kind of elevates it, and a tiny, now I mean this, a tiny bit of salt. The salt just helps to balance the flavour of the sweetness and the ginger, and it's just very delicious. So that's all mixed in. Put the lid on that, and on the pot, nice mushy. Lid on, onto the pan, and I'm going to mix everything that's in the oven now. That goes on a really low heat, by the way. Chips are looking good. They're good. I'm sorry, I know I chew all the time on camera. It must be really annoying, but Shayla. They're good chips, if I do say so myself. Frozen garlic, superior. So much quicker, so much easier. In the pan, done. Smells so good. Starving. What else? Oh, I need to do my chilies. Oh, I have no battery left. Sorry, I had to vlog on my phone because my camera ran out of battery, but this is the finished spice bag with the chips, the tofu, lots of chilies for me, and just garlic, onions and peppers. And then I am going to use the Chan Chan spice bag seasoning. There is also this one, spicy shake from the Mr. Curry company. They're all pretty good. This is the best one though, personally. And then we're gonna eat now. And then the final thing I'm having this evening is some dessert. And in here I have 80 grams of this Alpro Greek plain. Then I have some of the cherry. I have raspberries and the rhubarb and some goji berries. I'm gonna eat this now, watch some Mrs. Maisel, put the little man to bed, and then I'm probably gonna go to bed myself. So I will see you tomorrow. It is, I think it's about 12 o'clock now on Sunday. You saw me have my coffee this morning. We are going, it's Father's Day today. It's 12:07. We're gonna go to a market this afternoon for Father's Day. So I know I'm gonna eat out when I'm there. Therefore, we're not gonna eat now. I'm just having a snack just to kind of, I'm feeling a bit need something. So I'm just gonna have an apple, and I'm having a decaf coffee as well. I've had 2 coffees this morning so far, and this is decaf, and I've drank 1 litre of water. I was going to have some peanut butter with this, but I know that I'm gonna have something that has more calories in it later on. So I decided to forego the peanut butter, and that's balance. That's the balance that I go for when I just living my life. You know, I'm kind of like, okay, I would like the peanut butter, but it's quite high in calories, and I'm gonna have something later on that's even more higher in calories. So I'm just gonna swap it out and go with that one. So that's the plan. So I will bring you along to the market and show you what I decide to get there.
That part of the brain does not have blood brain barrier. It's very
You okay, buddy? I don't know if you can hear me, but we've arrived in the People's Park in Leary, and we got falafel wraps. So this is the first meal of the day, and it's 3 o'clock, and we are actually not as hungry as I expected to be. But it's a beautiful day. It's lovely and sunny. There's such a great atmosphere. There's music playing. There's dogs everywhere. It's lovely. So I'm gonna eat some. I'm gonna eat this bad boy. Go ahead, baby. What does Papa have? We got churros. Oh my word. They're so good. Balance. I was just talking about balance. Like, I had an apple. I didn't have peanut butter because I knew I was coming here and I knew I would have something, so I didn't have the peanut butter. I just had the apple to give balance. Such a lovely day. There's a little angel in the background. Peter. Hey, beautiful. So guys, it is Sunday night. We basically ate the falafel wrap and the churros, and I haven't eaten a thing since. So it's 8:30 now. I am having a bowl of the same yogurt, the cherry yogurt, the plain Greek, raspberries, my rhubarb, and some goji berries. I'm going to eat this and then I'm going to head to bed. And that is the end of the what I eat in a weekend. In kind of a cut, today was a bit more, like I would have eaten a lot more calories than I normally would have. I'm still not counting calories, but just, you know, just kind of having an idea anyway. Glad she didn't fall. But thank you so much if you made it to the end of the video. Please leave me a cat emoji for Peta if you have got this far. Please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share it with people. Every single thing that time that you do something like that, it really helps out my channel and it helps to grow this community so that we can help more people. So it's up to the algorithm whether it does, but when you guys do that kind of thing, when you share, like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notifications, all that kind of good stuff, it really helps out the video. So thank you so much for your continued support. Please don't forget to show up for yourself. I love you and leave you and talk to you soon.